Top 10 roller coasters at Carowinds in 2025. Number 10 is Ricochet. This ride sucks. It's very jerky. The only fun part about it is this little bunny hill at the bottom. But it will punch you in the gut too when you're going through the brake run. But just watch out for that. And it also is the same color as Fury, which it shouldn't be because this ride is atrocious. But let's move on to number 9. Vortex is trash too, not much here. But honestly, I'll give it some slack because this was the first ever B&M I had ever rode. If you know how to ride a stand-up correctly, it might not kill you, but it might kill you at the same time. It's just not fun. I would skip this unless you need the credit. But if you've already rode it once, you don't need to ride it again unless you're somebody that actually enjoys this thing. If you do, you have problems, you need to see a therapist as soon as possible because this thing is actually atrocious. The Helix is actually good, but the corkscrew and that last S-bend is horrible. The vertical loop is okay. The drop is the best part, and that's not a good start. Let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is Woodstock Express. Even though this is a kid's ride, but this thing actually is kind of good in the back. It actually has ejector airtime on it, but it's also the best wooden coaster in the park. I will say that. Even though I have Hurler above it, it's just not good. Actually, I don't have Hurler above it, actually. Now I'm looking at my list. Hurler's actually number 11. That's how bad it is. It's not even the top 10. Oh, imagine. But no, this ride actually it's good, but I had to put it low because it is just like a kid's ride. But if you're ever at Carowinds, don't skip this because it's a kid's ride. It actually has ejector. If you sit in the back row, it has ejector. Everywhere else, it's just eh. But there's 3 of these left. Well, there's 3 ever built. They're all 3 still running. But if you come to Carowinds, you should check this ride out. Number 7 is Carolina Cyclone. I know I said this was one of the worst rides, but it's since grown on me and it's not the worst. If you know how to ride the ride, if you rode in row 1 and row 2 and row 3, they are really good. It's not a good roller coaster, but I didn't bang my head up really bad last time I rode it, so it actually was kind of fun last time. The drop has this little airtime on it, and then these loops are super forceful. I don't know what Arrow was thinking when they did this right here, and this weird profiling into the corkscrew. The corkscrews are horrible. The second one is not that bad. The first one's awful, though. The rest of the ride's just kind of mid. Number 6 is Carolina Gold Rusher. This ride is just the mine train. It's just an Arrow mine train. It's nothing to go home about, but it's not horrible. It's the first roller coaster that was ever built in this park. It still is pretty fun though if you need a nap. The tunnel's is really cool, and then that head chopper with the helix is pretty forceful, but the rest of it's kind of just mid. It is cool how they paint the trains every year. This ride's pretty fun, but other than that, it doesn't really do too much. Other than that, it has some crazy laterals throughout the turn, but other than that, it's just kind of there. At number 5, we have the Flying Cobras, which is a Vekoma boomerang. Even though it's just a boomerang and there's 50 of these things, this one's actually not that bad. It's still pretty rough and kind of janky a little bit, but it is pretty forceful. I never gray out though, so this ride I'd never grayed out on it. Some people do, but I don't. I guess that's kind of a flex, but this ride, it's still kind of fun. It's not painful because the vest eliminate all the headbanging, but the vests are a little tight and they may hurt your collarbones a little bit. But other than that, it's a solid ride. I only rode this thing once. And I rode it in the blue car in the front row, so I was toward the back. It was kind of fun. I rode it toward the end of the night. But number 4 is where we start getting good. Number 4 is Copperhead Strike, the 2019 mock roller coaster that was, I think, the second largest investment in the park's history at around $30 million. This is a super fun, ejector-filled layout with a lot of hang time. Even though the launch is basically the pace of a snail, it's just to get you to speed. The launch is nothing to go home about, but the hang time is great on this ride. This ejector hill is really good. The corkscrew is pretty whippy, and then the second launch is kind of fun with floater. Most of those twisty sections are cool. This is a really powerful ejector hill. This is the only floater airtime on the whole ride, but the hang time with the cutback element and the vertical loop is pretty good. And also the vertical loops are completely different. This one is like a Schwarzkopf loop, which the other one is more of a circular loop. The Stangle Dive is definitely the best part of the ride, and the Snap is it's pretty whippy, but it also kind of shoves you to the side if you're on the right side of the train. It kind of meanders here. This is kind of boring. But then you get this twisted out that could have been an airtime hill. Then you get this one last ejector bunny hill. Number 3 is Afterburn. I could not decide between this and Intimidator. Afterburn, I'm going to put it just below it just a little bit. But let's start off with the layout. The first drop is pretty whippy on the left side. The vertical loop is really good. And the trenches have very good positives. The Engelmann's kind of forgettable. It was fun. The Zero G roll is pretty whippy. Not as whippy as Flight Deck. Then the Batwing. This thing is insane. My legs are numb every time I come out of this Batwing. My legs are numb. Then you come into this little breather. You need it. There's a leg chopper because the corkscrew is kind of rough. In the blue train, it doesn't ride the track very well, and it shakes. The red train rides the track better. But on to number 2 is Thunder Striker, the park's 232-foot tall hyper coaster. I know a lot of people don't prefer Copperhead and Afterburn over this. I don't know how you could prefer Copperhead. I get Afterburn, but I don't know. Anyway, you drop 211 feet. It's a really good drop. You get good floater on it. Then there's this, into this camelback, turn. It kills the airtime. You don't really get airtime on it. But here comes this hill. The trims were on every time I rode this, but the trims don't really bother you. I rode it in the back the most, and it did not bother me. I don't know what you enthusiasts are whining about. The turnaround's kind of forgettable. There's, no airtime. It's fun, though. On the return trip's fun, though. This hill, this definitely has the best airtime on it. This hill, the second hill, it has good airtime, but it's not as good as the second hill. Then you rise into your mid-course, which totally kills the ride. But in the very back row, the drop off the mid-course is really good. Same with when you leave the helix in the back row, you just get pulled over. It's not ejector, but it's not super crazy, but it's one of the better parts of the ride. Right here, you just kind of get whipped out, and then you go into the brake run. For number 1, Fury 325. The best coaster in the park, and one of the best coasters in the world. It's the world's tallest roller coaster with a chain lift at 325 feet, 95 miles per hour, and a length of 6,602 feet of track. I wonder how much that is the lift, till, and brake run. But anyway, once you get up here, you can see everywhere. You can see all York County, Mecklenburg County, downtown Charlotte. You can see, I think you can see Rock Hill if you look really good. But anyway, let's start. This is a front row ride. This drop is so freaking good. I love this drop. Then you go up into your, this turn. It's pretty cool. You kind of get, if you're on the right side. Then you pass the camera. You go into this wide bank, which is really, it's just so fast. You bank over the entrance. I love how you bank over the entrance. You can just see everybody as they are on the pathway watching you. And then right here is a really good airtime moment. Just fly under. Everybody ducks their hands. And then you fly back into North Carolina. and then this turn is kind of but then you hit this and this trim just like kills it, but then it doesn't for a second. It's really weird. Then you go through here and everybody tries to reach out and touch it. Nobody can do it. Maybe next year we'll be able to do it. This is the best camelback on the ride. It gives really good floater, and then this one has really good floater too. And then you rise up and you hit the brakes. And that's my top 10 roller coasters at Carowinds for 2025. Give me any recommendations in the comments down below if I missed anything or you'd like to say anything. So I'll see you guys in the next video.